They've gone to great lengths to keep this from you. The ability to work with energy, real, tangible energy, has been quietly concealed in plain sight for generations. The ancients knew it. Today's physicists have confirmed it. Elite circles have used it to mold reality itself. Because if the general population ever tapped into this truth, the entire system would collapse. Your thoughts, your emotions, your presence, they all generate energy. Every time you fear, doubt, or rage, that energy reverberates through the invisible matrix around you, influencing what comes next. Every time you focus, intend, or elevate your emotional state, you're altering the frequency of reality itself. Whether you're aware of it or not, you are shaping the world around you in ways you've never been taught. Modern science backs this up. The observer effect in quantum physics proves that consciousness doesn't just witness reality, it interacts with it. Particles behave differently when observed. That's not theory, it's verified. Reality doesn't stand apart from you, it reflects your awareness of it. And that's only scratching the surface. Your heart produces an electromagnetic field that radiates far beyond your body. This field isn't passive, it's responsive. It interacts with the energy of others. Emotions like gratitude, certainty, or love expand and fortify this field. Emotions like fear, worry, or anger compress and destabilize it. Your energy field is both transmitting and receiving, every second of every day. This is why some people walk into a room and instantly shift the atmosphere, while others fade into the background. It's why you can feel eyes on you, even when you can't see who's watching. It's why some seem to magnetize success, while others meet resistance no matter how hard they try. Because energy isn't just part of life, it is life. Most people move through their day unconsciously, broadcasting frequencies of limitation and fear, not realizing they're sculpting their external world through their internal signals. They chase love, wealth, and joy, not realizing these things are drawn to them through resonance, not pursuit. And right now, this knowledge is being used against you. The media, entertainment, and societal frameworks are engineered to keep you locked in lower emotional states, stress, survival, fear. Because in that frequency, you're easier to manipulate. Your energy becomes unstable. Your world becomes unpredictable. You loop through struggle, blind to the fact that you have the power to recalibrate your entire reality. But once you understand how energy works, everything shifts. You stop reacting and begin responding. You stop absorbing negativity and start radiating strength. You stop pushing against life and begin moving in harmony with it. This isn't fantasy. It's not positive thinking. This is physics, psychology, and metaphysics working in unison. The energy you hold, the emotions you broadcast, and the focus you apply all combine to dictate what unfolds next. Think about it. Have you ever walked into a space and instantly picked up on the mood, whether it was joy, heaviness, or tension? That's not imagination. It's your nervous system attuning to energetic cues. Science calls it neuroception, your body's ability to sense electromagnetic data before your conscious mind catches up. Which means you're always exchanging energy, consciously or not. Every thought, every emotion, every interaction either fortifies or depletes your energetic field. Now here's the turning point. When you learn to command your energy, you become the creator of your experience. No longer at the whim of external chaos. No longer attracting disorder. No longer pulled into the energetic storms of others. Instead, you become a transmitter, tuning your frequency to align with the life you choose. So how do you do it? How do you reclaim your energetic power and reshape the field around you? It starts with 3 foundational practices: awareness, coherence, and projection. First, awareness. Ask yourself, what frequency am I currently radiating? If your thoughts and emotions painted a picture, would it be scattered or clear, dull or vibrant, aligned with your ideal life, or echoing the one you're trying to outgrow? Second, coherence. This is the union of heart and mind, a synchronized energy that emits a steady, unified signal into the quantum field. HeartMath Institute research shows that when your heart and brain are in harmony, your electromagnetic field amplifies dramatically, attracting experiences, people, and opportunities that match your vision. Third, projection. This is where creation begins. You intentionally broadcast energy into your environment through visualization, breathwork, and emotional calibration. You don't just react to life anymore, you sculpt it. Most people live like a static-filled radio, jumping between fear and focus, doubt and hope. Their energy is erratic, and their life mirrors that instability. But those who master energetic focus become clear transmitters of intention. They maintain a steady signal that begins to bend the external world into alignment. This is why ancient schools, esoteric traditions, and elite institutions have always studied energy mastery, because the one who governs their frequency governs the field. The only question is, are you ready to stop living by the default script and start writing your own? Here's the deeper truth. Most people don't realize they're transmitting energy with every breath they take. They assume their thoughts are private, their feelings internal, and their circumstances external. But the reality is, your energy, whether charged or drained, aligned or fragmented, is shaping every experience you encounter. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to magnetize good fortune without effort? It's not random. It's not luck. It's vibrational attunement. These individuals aren't merely thinking about success. They're embodying it. They radiate the energy of certainty, of clarity, of inevitability, and life responds accordingly. Most people, however, send out conflicting signals. They yearn for abundance while vibrating in scarcity. They visualize love while bracing for heartbreak. They dream of purpose while fearing failure. And the quantum field doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you are. Your energy is never neutral. It's either reinforcing your desires or pushing them away. And here's what makes this even more powerful. Your heart is the strongest electromagnetic force in your body. Studies have shown it's up to 5,000 times more potent than the electrical field produced by your brain. That means your emotions, generated by the heart, hold far more sway over your reality than thoughts alone. This is why affirmations without aligned emotion fall flat. You can repeat positive mantras all day long, but if your heart is humming with anxiety, doubt, or fear, that's the signal being broadcast. Energy mastery is not just about what you think. It's about what you feel and how you harmonize that feeling with focused intention. When your heart and mind send a unified message, manifestation becomes magnetic. So how do you stop the internal conflict and start transmitting a strong, consistent frequency? You return to coherence, bringing the heart and mind into energetic synergy. When your emotional and mental states align, your energy field stabilizes. It becomes clearer, more powerful, and more resistant to distortion. That's what creates presence. That's what draws people to you without you saying a word. That's what makes your dreams feel inevitable. Try this right now. Close your eyes. Bring your awareness to the center of your chest. Imagine your breath flowing in and out of your heart. Now remember a time you felt deep appreciation or love. Let that memory saturate you. Amplify it. Let it grow, expand through your body, and radiate beyond your physical form. That sensation? That's coherence. That's the frequency that changes everything. The longer you hold that state, the more your personal energy calibrates to it. You begin to shift out of fear, lack, and resistance and into clarity, strength, and magnetism. But coherence isn't the end point, it's the beginning. Because your energy doesn't stop at your skin, it moves outward. Your electromagnetic field is in constant dialogue with everything around you, people, spaces, opportunities. When you enter a room, your field connects with others. That's why you can instantly feel someone's confidence or sense unspoken tension without a word being exchanged. And here's where it gets profound. Most people are energetically reactive. They're like tuning forks responding to the chaos around them. If someone projects negativity, they absorb it. If something goes wrong, their energy spirals. Their frequency depends on their circumstances. But energy mastery flips that script. You become the signal, not the noise. You don't just adapt to the environment, you influence it. And once you realize that, there's no going back. You are not merely a bystander in this reality. You are a dynamic force within it. And the more you embody this truth, the more you'll notice the world responding to you in new ways. People begin to interact with you differently. Circumstances start to realign in your favor. The outside world begins to echo the frequency you've chosen within. This isn't coincidence. This is the architecture of reality. And this is precisely why this knowledge is hidden in plain sight. If the collective truly grasped how energy functions, if they realized their thoughts, emotions, and attention were actively shaping their lives, entire systems of power would dissolve. Fear would lose its grip. The illusion would shatter. People would reclaim themselves. That's why fear is broadcast constantly, why the media amplifies negativity, why society conditions you to live in a loop of anxiety, scarcity, and stress. Because as long as you stay in low vibrational states, your energy remains unstable and diluted, and disordered energy is easy to manipulate. But the moment you reclaim your frequency, you unplug from the illusion. You stop absorbing the noise and begin writing your own narrative. You stop reacting to the world and start designing it. You become the orchestrator of your reality, not just a product of your surroundings. And that's the pivotal shift. Because once you realize that reality responds to your energetic state, that energetic influence isn't just spiritual but scientific, that your electromagnetic field is actively shaping your experience, everything looks different. The only question that remains is, are you ready to claim that power? Because the moment you do, everything begins to rearrange itself around your new frequency. Most people will never recognize how much influence they already possess. They've been programmed to believe that life happens to them, that circumstances are random, that success is a lucky break earned through endless struggle. But when you understand that energy underlies all things, you realize life isn't something to survive, it's something to direct. And here's the key. You're already doing it, right now. In this very breath, your energy is shaping what unfolds next. Your thoughts, your emotional tone, your inner resonance, it's all sending a signal out into the quantum field. And that signal is being met with a response. Think back to a time when your mood was dark, not just annoyed, but weighed down by frustration, anxiety, or overwhelm. What unfolded that day? Did minor issues snowball? Did your environment reflect your inner turbulence? Now remember a moment when everything just flowed, when synchronicities lined up, when life felt effortless, when joy and ease carried you forward. What was different? It wasn't luck. Your energy was in sync with your desires. And this is the mistake most people make. They try to change the outside before they've tuned the inside. They chase love, wealth, or success without aligning their own frequency to match those outcomes. They act from lack, from fear, from urgency, then wonder why resistance keeps showing up. But nothing enters your reality unless it already exists in your energetic field. That's why someone desperate for love keeps attracting partners that reflect their wounds. That's why fear of failure keeps creating outcomes that reinforce that fear. That's why those who see money as scarce are always struggling financially. Reality isn't responding to your wishes, it's responding to your energetic baseline. And here's the secret they never taught you. When you truly shift your energy, your life doesn't change gradually, it changes instantly. The reason most people don't see rapid transformation is because they're only shifting their thoughts, not their emotional frequency. They say new affirmations while still feeling old emotions. But it's the feeling, the emotional charge, that transmits the strongest signal. If you want real change, you have to feel it first, before your world gives you evidence. This is the essence of every great spiritual truth. As Jesus said, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. Not believe someday, believe you already have it. Because when you do, your energy aligns and the field responds in kind. So how do you begin? How do you actually shift your frequency so that the world bends in your favor? It begins with energetic embodiment, thinking, speaking, feeling, and acting as if you already are the version of yourself who has what you desire. Ask yourself right now, if I already had everything I wanted, how would I feel? How would I move through the world? What choices would I make? How would I speak, walk, breathe? Now start living from that energy, not next week, not after results show up, now. Because once you anchor that frequency, the outer world will begin to rearrange itself to mirror it. And this isn't just about manifesting, it's about energetic command. Every ancient culture, every mystical tradition, every hidden teaching has pointed to this same truth. Reality is malleable, and it responds to the one who understands how to mold energy. This is why the most influential individuals throughout time have studied energy, consciousness, and vibration, because the one who masters their energy shapes their world. And once you learn how to direct your own energy, you begin to recognize how the external world constantly tries to hijack it. Have you ever questioned why fear dominates the headlines? Why division and distraction are so persistent? It's intentional. When your frequency is low, you're vulnerable. Your thoughts are scattered, your emotions unstable, your creative power diminished. That's why high-frequency individuals are seen as disruptive. They can't be easily swayed. They don't internalize fear. They recognize their power. And that's why mastering your energy isn't just personal growth, it's liberation. Because once you take full ownership of your frequency, no one outside of you can dictate your state. You become immune to the noise. You stop absorbing the negativity of others. You break free from the cycles of fear, doubt, and limitation. Instead, you move through the world with calm certainty, knowing you are the architect of your reality. So what do you do with this knowing? You train yourself to be the strongest frequency in every space. Before you start your day, before you walk into a room, before any interaction, pause. Set your frequency. Ask yourself, what energy am I choosing to radiate right now? And hold that frequency, no matter what. Do this long enough, and you'll witness the shift. The world starts to move differently around you. People interact with you through a new lens. Opportunities arise seemingly from nowhere. Obstacles dissolve into flow, not because the external world has changed, because you have. That is the essence of energetic mastery. Once you understand this, life no longer feels like something happening to you. It becomes something you consciously shape. And here's the most empowering part. There are no limits. There's no ceiling on how high you can rise. No system that can override your choice to evolve. No force that can stop you from stepping into the highest version of who you truly are. Because energy is boundless, and so are you. Many will never come to this realization. They'll live as if life is fixed, as if their circumstances are predetermined, as if their energy has no creative weight. They'll keep reacting, keep hoping, keep chasing. But you are not most people. You know now. You know that energy isn't just a theory, it's the fabric of existence. You know your thoughts, emotions, and focus are the tools of creation. And most importantly, you know that when you command your energy, you command your life. You don't have to push or force your way forward. You don't have to strain or prove. The moment your internal frequency aligns, your external life has no choice but to follow. That's the power they never wanted you to uncover. Because the world has been designed to keep you distracted, to make you believe that power exists outside of you, that success, love, and abundance are things you must earn through struggle, that you must play small, fit in, follow the script. But that's the illusion. The real magic happens energetically. Those who rise, who attract, who manifest with ease aren't lucky. They've simply mastered their field. And now it's your turn. You don't need anyone's approval. You don't need to wait for the right moment. The only thing standing between you and everything you desire is the version of you that still believes it's out of reach. But it isn't. It's here now, waiting for you to tune in. The moment you truly choose to own your energy, to command your vibration, to stop letting external noise dictate your inner state, everything transforms. Reality recalibrates. Possibilities emerge. People begin to reflect back your certainty. Because now, you're no longer moving with hesitation, you're moving with clarity. You're broadcasting alignment, not confusion. You're living as the person who already has it, not the one still waiting. And that's the difference. Many will hear this and carry on unchanged, inspired for a moment but bound to their patterns, waiting for evidence, waiting for permission, waiting for life to give them what only they can claim. But not you. You can make the shift right now. You can stop waiting and start being. You can choose in this instant to send out the signal of the life you're ready to live, even before it arrives. Because that's how energy works. It responds not to your hopes, but to your embodiment. So now the question is, what are you choosing to embody? Because the moment you decide, reality begins to obey. So what do you do with this knowing? You train yourself to be the strongest frequency in every space. You practice energetic integrity like it's sacred. You stop leaking your power to fear, doubt, or distraction. You calibrate your inner world so precisely that the outer world has no choice but to follow. Because the truth is, the field doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to what you broadcast. And if you've made it this far, reading every word, feeling every shift, then ask yourself honestly, are you ready to become the signal that reality bends to? Or are you just collecting knowledge while continuing to transmit the same old frequency? One path leads to transformation. The other loops you right back into the illusion. Choose wisely. Because now you know. And once you know, you can't unknow. The only question that remains is, will you master the frequency? Or will the frequency master you?